Okay, hello and welcome to the final episode of Branch Play's Yu-Gi-Oh Capsule Monster Coliseum. Last time we had a rematch against Shadi in the Sealed Sanctuary, and today we move on to the Aerial Palace for the final duel in the game, a rematch against Kaiba. Go all out and grab victory by the horns. I love how that's the only description it has for this stage. So, well, let's go and do just that. Because this is the final duel in the game, I believe it'll just let me go all out with all of my most powerful monsters, and we'll see how we do. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty confident about this.
Where are you, Kaiba?
Yugi, the time has finally come to decide which one of us is truly the superior duelist. I'll not only defeat you, I'll humiliate you. And the title of the King of Capsule Monsters will be in my grasp. Are you ready, Yugi?
It's time to duel, Kaiba.
Honestly, it is still incredibly funny to me, the idea that Kaiba is just like, no. Yugi entered this tournament, so I need to enter and I need to win. Like, if Yugi did not enter this tournament, Kaiba would not care. Anyway, so. Okay, 10 out of 10. As usual, I get the first move. So, Kaiba has a light symbol with light, fire, water, earth, and wind. Okay, so he has 3 lights, 2 fires, 2 waters, an earth, and a wind. I mean, I'm not really going to pay too much care of that. Oh, I have infinite monster points. Okay, so we are bringing Thousand Dragon and Fire Arrow. They were always going to be coming to this duel, unless they physically couldn't. So I will then bring Last Juggler and Two-Headed King Rex, because I know I can fuse those together. Now then, what else do I want to bring here? I'll bring my Tri-Horned Dragon. I'll bring... Do I want to bring Barrel Dragon? I'll leave it. I'll leave Barrel Dragon because the last time I played this game, it was kind of my main monster. I'll bring Firewing Pegasus because I feel like this thing was super strong and I did not use it anywhere near as much as I should have. What else should I bring for this final duel? I'll bring Fire Reaper because honestly it's been consistent and reliable. I'll bring Gazelle for revenge, because we destroyed his Blue Eyes White Dragon with it last time. I'll bring Parrot Dragon, because it's generally pretty strong. And... you know what? I think for my final monster here... what should I go with for my final monster here? Do I want to just bring the Ancient Tree? No, I won't. You know, I'll bring Ryuran. Why not? I haven't used it for anything else in this game. I probably won't need it, but hey, we'll see what we can do. So I will be going into this duel with 10 monsters, and then I'm going to beeline the fusion for Two-Headed King Rex and Blast Juggler. To be honest, if I could have just put them right next to each other, I would have. But also then that would have required me manually putting all of them in. And realistically, I've played with random placements for all of the other duels, so I feel like it wouldn't be fair to just change that now. Okay, so Ryuran's there, Fire Arrow is there. Okay, so I'll summon Blast Juggler turn 1. Pretty much, I'm just going to try to summon out Blast Juggler and Two-Headed King Rex and get them fused as fast as possible. Although realistically, a better move would probably be let them fight a bit and then fuse them, but hey, I'm just going to go for it.
Don't cry. This will soon be over.
Honestly, kind of a power statement to say that on the opening hand of your... on the opening move of your first turn. Okay, so I have no idea what he just summoned, but you know what? I'm not gonna bother checking. I feel confident in saying I can handle whatever he can throw at me, so I'll just leave it as is. Now, with these two next to each other, they should be able to fuse next turn. So I'll summon out Ryuran. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting the capsule to actually look like, but it wasn't that. I was kind of expecting it to look more inside the shell, I suppose. Because Manga Ryuran is the version that's like popping out of the shell fully, I guess. Although, to be fair, I think the normal one does kind of show it. Anyway, whatever. Hang on, wait. Hold on. Why is La Jin, the mystical genie of the lamp, a fire monster? Like, I am going to go and double check that, because I'm pretty sure that was a fire monster. He didn't summon any dark. Yeah, why is La Jin a fire monster? Curious. Anyway, so I'm going to fuse these two. Unfortunately, because I'm fusing two very strong monsters together, and they're going to turn into something a lot weaker, Cybersaurus is going to be a bit of a step down.
I was waiting for this moment. Everything I require is gathered on my field. I fuse my two monsters.
And now that I have Cybersaurus, I also have a Thunder monster on the board, so hopefully that'll be somewhat good. I don't know if it actually will be, but hey, you know, we can hope. And I don't have enough points to summon any of my other monsters. So for now, I guess I'll just move Fire Reaper over there and end my turn, and just see what Kaiba's gonna do next turn. Okay, so he summons some lizard thing, and okay, that's Suijin. I can tell that that's Suijin. I know that much for a fact. Is that Destroyer Golem? I feel like that's Destroyer Golem. Like, that was in the Kaiba starter deck, so it would make sense. That is indeed a Destroyer Golem. Okay. Right, so let's start summoning my other monsters, because I am kind of putting myself on the back foot a little bit here, but honestly, I'm not too bothered. I'm not too bothered about it. I still feel very confident that I'm going to win this duel without too much hassle. Why do I feel that confident? Because realistically, the entire game has gone in my favor so far, so I don't really see why it would change. Why change the habit of a lifetime when I'm winning, you know? And also, hey, if he's just going to walk his monsters towards me one by one, I mean, that's just him walking them to their deaths. Okay, so that's a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And that's a second Blue Eyes White Dragon. I need to be a little bit careful on that. Okay, he can hit me from there with Lesser Dragon. Okay, so Lesser Dragon does get a hit in on Fire Reaper. But I think that's fine. I think we should be okay. Because now, can Fire Arrow get in range? Fire Arrow cannot get in range. But it can just move in. Cybersaurus can hit it from here. Cybersaurus can nearly kill it from there. Ryuran's movements very similar to Fire Arrow's. Good to know. That's actually very good for me to know. So I'll just move Fire Reaper forward, and that one-shots that Lesser Dragon. However, I think Fire Reaper does get destroyed now as a result, which is probably a misplay on my part. I probably could have destroyed the Lesser Dragon some other way, but hey, I'll manage.
What are you going to do now, Kaiba?
What am I going to do? What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to defeat you, of course!
And now I can summon out Gazelle. Gazelle has ridiculously good movement options, so that's very good for me. and Parrot Dragon also has really solid movement. Parrot Dragon has very similar movement to Fire Yarrow. I think it can move one tile more. And my Firewing Pegasus just has insanely good movement. I'm a big fan of Firewing Pegasus. And I just realized, both me and Kaiba had like 2 dragons out front. Cool. That wasn't really planned, but hey, it's a cool visual of just like, hey, both sides had 2 dragons at their side on the start.
I've defeated everyone in my way. What makes you think you're any different?
I mean, we are both in the finals of a tournament. I would hope that we'd both beaten every opponent in our way. That's kind of how a tournament works. I mean, we don't have losers bracket here, so, evidently something's gone awry. I mean, to be fair, I've had to duel some people 2 times, some people 3 times. So evidently this isn't exactly a standard tournament now, is it? Man, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've played through this entire game. I'm still not 100% certain on some of these movement options. Also, I'm suddenly wishing that Parrot Dragon moved diagonally. Because if it could just, like, hop all the way to here and just attack, that would be fantastic. But you know what? I feel okay just kind of sitting it out for now. And I will move Fire Reaper back, because Fire Reaper is in a bit of a dangerous place. However, I will move Cybersaurus forward 1. Cybersaurus can move forward 1, so I can move Ryuran forward 1. So I can also move my Tri-Horned Dragon forward 3. And Gazelle can leap over all of my other monsters to there. And now we wait, because if he wants to come to me, that's fine. If I need to come towards him, that's also fine. I feel very confident that I win this. Okay, Grappler is going to do very little damage to Gazelle. Gazelle's just going to tank that. And he's just still moving that symbol. Oh, there's his big monster. I think I know what that is. I'm gonna go over there and double check, but I think I know what that is. I've played enough Yu-Gi-Oh Forbidden Memories in my time to know a Meteor Black Dragon when I see one. But I'm gonna quickly go on over there and double check. That is indeed a Meteor Black Dragon. Okay. Well, that's scary, because that thing has consistently been scary for years at this point. Okay, how much can we do with Cybersaurus? 77. Although that is on a tile where I'm like minus 40. So, can't really claim to be too surprised. However, I guess this is where my Parrot Dragon can just soar in and just kind of wipe out that Grappler without any hassle. Thanks, Pegasus. Thanks for the Parrot Dragon. Parrot Dragon gets 29 EXP. And I will move Fire Reaper over here up plus 102. If Fire Reaper gets how much? 134? That's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna move a couple of my other monsters forward, I suppose. Where could this move to? 1, 2, 3. That could move to here and then potentially hit, I don't know, something. I feel okay. I feel pretty okay with where I currently am. I do know that this stage will eventually change just a little bit. So I'm not too concerned right now. And realistically, I don't think there's anything he can realistically do to stop me. Because, hey, if he wants to find some way to do a huge area of effect attack, I mean, be my guest. Be my guest, Seto. You can do it. Okay, he attacks. And just... he doesn't destroy Gazelle, okay. Like, Gazelle is seriously injured, but still alive. Actually, I think that might tilt Kaiba more than anything. The fact that in the first duel with him, Gazelle got in, basically assassinated the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then got out on low health. I'm just gonna do that again. Oh, stage is changing. Okay, so now we're flying into the storm. So now dark and... yeah, so now light is weaker, dark is stronger, thunder is now stronger. pretty much, we are now basically safe. Parrot Dragon could one-shot that. Can Gazelle one-shot that? Gazelle could not one-shot that. Well, that's fine. Can I move Fire Arrow in range to hit something else? No, I cannot, because it's blocked off. Okay. Parrot Dragon. Actually, you know what? No. No. Can Cybersaurus kill with this? Cybersaurus can kill with this. It's probably going to be the one time we get to show Cybersaurus in this game. So, let's see what it does. Let's see what this thing's attack animation is. I assume it uses its, like, laser gun, right? It's laser Gatling gun. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know what I was expecting, but fair. That looked kind of cool. Okay, we get 50 EXP for that. Parrot Dragon can't quite get in range to hit anything. Blue Eyes can jump forward 3, then hit 2. So if I move Parrot Dragon along one tile, I'm safe. And Fire Yarrow is in much a similar situation, so I can leave that there. I can afford to leave... Yeah, I'll just end my turn here. I could and maybe should play this a lot more aggressively than I am, but I feel okay playing it like this. I don't mind turtling it out. Okay, he's moving back. Yeah, he's playing defense because currently light monsters are weaker. I say that as he then moves one of his monsters forward for some reason. And Fire Arrow cannot quite get in range. Okay. What I'll do this turn is I will move my Tri-Horned Dragon forward, and my Parrot Dragon can move into the water. Basically, Parrot Dragon is now in the water, and that effectively makes it insanely powerful. And Thousand Dragon can just move on forward and annihilate Skull Guardian. Sorry, Skull Guardian, but you are out of here. And even if he attacks me with Blue Eyes White Dragon, I feel like I'm probably okay. Because since since we're now in the storm, light is severely weakened. So I feel like we should be pretty safe with Thousand Dragon here. However, what's this thing's movement? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'll move forward one tile with Fire Yarrow, and I will also move Firewing Pegasus forward a little bit. Fire does appear to be weaker now that we're in the storm as well, so I should probably play a little bit safer around that. But I don't see a way in which... I don't see a world in which Kaiba turns this one around. Okay, he's just moving the symbol again. He moves forward. He does get an attack in. How much does this do? 12. Imagine the Blue Eyes White Dragon doing 12 damage. That is upsetting. Like, that is upsettingly low damage. Like, White Lightning, the burst stream of destruction. 12 damage. Like, I know my Thousand Dragon is ludicrously powerful, but come on. Okay, 39. It's not much. It's not much better, but it's at least something. We can pretend that that's something. I kind of want to leave one of the Blue Eyes for the last monster I destroy, but I feel like if I do that, I'll probably end up wasting turns, and I know me, I'll probably end up throwing a little bit if I do so. So instead, I'll just have Fire Arrow destroy one immediately. Turn Fire Arrow. It had to sit out the previous duel against Shadi, and, you know, he has been kind of one of my two main monsters for the entire game. So I think allowing it at least one kill in the final duel is understandable, acceptable. So there goes that Blue Eyes White Dragon. So there goes that dragon. We get 9 EXP.
He's got me cornered. But I've gotten out of tougher situations than this.
I think citation is needed on that one. Hold on. Hold on, 1, 2. I wouldn't be able to get in range to hit Suijin. But what's Suijin's movement and attack range? Suijin's ranges are weird. I don't like Suijin.
What?
Oh, well, Firewing Pegasus can one-shot one as well, why not? You know, Firewing Pegasus, treat yourself. I have not used this thing anywhere near as much as I wanted to. Mostly just because it costs 300. It is a very expensive monster to run. But hey, I ain't gonna complain about getting to use my cool I'm not gonna get to complain about being able to use my, you know, cool Pegasus with flaming wings. And now, I can move my 1000 Dragon forward a little bit. I think I may have misplayed here, actually. I could have potentially misplayed. I hope I haven't, because honestly, so far I'm playing a perfect game against Kaiba here. But I think I may have just accidentally gotten one of my monsters destroyed, because that Meteor Black Dragon will probably hit very hard. But hey, we'll see what he can do. Okay, Kaiba, what's your move here? Okay, he moves the symbol again. Oh, he just attacks Parrot Dragon. And Parrot Dragon lives! The Parrot Dragon lives! Okay, Parrot Dragon survives. I will say, Meteor Black Dragon does look really cool. Okay, so what's its attack? Oh, just... Okay, at least it does the final thing. If it just kind of threw 2 fireballs, I was going to be a bit disappointed. But the Parrot Dragon lives.
But it survived.
And that's what matters, because so far I'm playing a perfect game. So far I'm playing a perfect game. I've lost 1 monster, and it was because 2 of my monsters fused together. Kaiba has not managed to destroy a single one of my monsters yet. Also, credit to Destroyer Golem for just kind of punching my dragon in the head a whole bunch. Sorry, did that just do Q's combo from Street Fighter? Honestly, kind of a power move, not gonna lie. Oh, he just ended his turn. I think I win this turn. Straight up, I think I may be able to finish him off this turn. But can I get in? I can. I have kill range on everything here. Fire Arrow one-shot. Fire Arrow is getting the final kill. I've already decided on that. Fire Arrow secures the final kill here. So, we one-shot with that. So what I can do is, I will move forward. 1000 Dragon destroys Suijin. You know what, I'll just let all the animations play out. I'll let all the animations play out because this duel is over and this is the final duel in the game. So, we summon out our 1000 Dragon, it destroys Suijin. Firewing Pegasus will be able to fly in and annihilate that Destroyer Golem. And then, finally, we destroy Meteor Black Dragon with Fire Arrow, and this duel is over. Okay, so now we hop on forward. Firewing Pegasus should finish this off. 10 out of 10, Firewing Pegasus does indeed destroy that in 1. Even if it didn't, I think I would have been able to move it over and attack with, whatchamacallit, Parrot Dragon. Or maybe even one of my other monsters could have potentially gotten in range. So now my cool, you know, well, my Firewing Pegasus never got this as a card either. Actually, of the monsters I have on the board currently, I think I only ever had like two or three of them as cards. Also, Firewing Pegasus gets a level up. Very nice. Actually, let's quickly double check that. So, ones I had as actual cards, I had 1000 Dragon, I had Trihorned Dragon, I had Ryuran, I had Cybersaurus, I had Gazelle. I assume I had Fire Arrow. I think I had Fire Arrow. Anyway, with that, this will finish him.
This will finish you.
Thanks, game. Thanks for being a little bit late on the draw on that. You know, I have, like, a lot of my cards just, like, in a pile here. If Fire Arrow was in an early set, I probably do have it. Not me. Absolutely not me looking at my cards while I'm just letting the final thing play out, because I know that I've won. Oh, these aren't I haven't organized these the way I thought I had. Okay, so, yeah, that's something for future me to bother to do.
Don't think you'll get away with this. I will get my revenge, Yu-Gi!
If you say so, buddy. So, with that is the final duel won. We win. That is the game complete. So, let's see what Kaiba has to say for himself now that he's lost. Like, completely and utterly.
I lost! My most powerful capsule monster! My strongest servant! My strategy was flawless! I had the exact capsule monsters I needed to win! But still, I lost!
Kaiba, I may have won this time, but our skill levels are exactly the same.
Ah! Is this some pathetic attempt to console me? If it is, then you can stop right now!
No, I just know how tough you really are.
Huh. I lost this battle. But I don't have to listen to you running off at the mouth! You listen to me, Yu-Gi. Our fight is far from over!
Right. We'll meet again, Kaiba.
And with that, that's the final duel won. I was really kind of hoping that that would be like a, hey, you got a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, hey, this unlocked a secret, more challenging thing. But no, that's just where the game ends. So, Fire Arrow hits level 9. That is now maxed out. Cybersaurus hits level 2. Thousand Dragon also hits level 9 and maxes out. Dryhorn Dragon hits level 3. Gazelle hits level 3. Parrot Dragon hits level 3. All of my monsters survived that duel. Now then, I'm going to take Meteor Black Dragon, obviously. And because it's Kaiba, I'm going to take the other two Blue Eyes White Dragons, thank you very much. And with that, the game is complete. We win. So we should get an ending cutscene now. In its own time. Like, just in your own time, game. There we go. Okay, so that's the King Coliseum complete. You've done it. The title, King of Capsule Monsters, is yours and yours alone. Keep the glory and pride within your heart. We want you to continue challenging yourself in-game battles. Thus, this concludes the Capsule Monster Battle Tournament. But the road of Capsule Monster battles can be as long as you want it to be. I think that's the game's... Is there a last thing? Here's the future battles, the game says. The game will let you do New Game Plus, but like, no opponents change. You basically just get to curb stomp everybody with your now super powerful setup. But with that, that's Capsule Monster Coliseum complete for the second time. And yeah, it's still a fun little game. I very much enjoy playing it. It's a fun little strategy game. It's nothing... I don't know, I feel like it's a good little strategy game, and also I think it was one of the last times they made it a Yu-Gi-Oh game that was kind of just its own thing. Like, its own kind of separate, like, side game. As opposed to how it basically is now, where they pretty much will forever just go, no, 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 no. It's a TCG simulator. It's another TCG simulator. Like, no, people... Like, these are super cool. I really like these. And I don't know, I think it just gives itself its own unique kind of take on the game, and it's really fun to play. I do kind of wish there was more to it. Like, I wish there was more monsters, more opponents, more boards. But also, at the same time, that's what, the Libra mod does exist. I haven't played that. I haven't played that yet, but, like, I know that adds new monsters, I think, and it's in, like, difficult stuff. I do kind of wish the base game would allow you to play at a higher difficulty. Like, the game has shown me plenty of other monsters here, so it's like, hey, well, now that I've beaten the game, maybe just upgrade the in-game opponents with later game monsters. But anyway, so Capsule Monster Coliseum, very fun, very good little game, and I don't... Hang on, wait, I'm going to quickly double-check this, because I don't want to get this wrong, because just like every Yu-Gi-Oh game, just like every Yu-Gi-Oh game that came... just like every Yu-Gi-Oh game that came out at the time, this game did come with some free cards. Capsule Monster Coliseum came with Abyss Soldier, Inferno Hammer, and Teva. Teva? I'm gonna go with Teva, but it might be called Teva, I don't know. And then there is also another thing that I will explain in just a minute once the credits are done. But yeah, in general, great little game. I would give this a recommend. Like, I would absolutely recommend this if you can find it. I don't know how much it actually costs online these days, and I don't know if it's available in, like, any online stores. I know that Konami did just release the Early Days collection, which had, like, Dark Duel Stories, 7 Trials to Glory, like, World Championship 2005 or whatever it was. A few of the, like, earlier games that had Sacred Cards and Reshef of Destruction in as well. At some point, I don't know when, but I will be doing Reshef of Destruction. I've never finished it, so that game is going to be kind of a mystery to me. But, I don't know, I kind of hope that sold pretty okay. I can only hope that went well, and that it would inspire Konami to go like, hey, here's one with Forbidden Memories, Duelists of the Roses, Falsebound Kingdom, whatever the one on the Xbox was, because I've never played that one. And this. If they just included all those, I'd probably buy it. I don't know how much it would cost. Probably more than realistically it should, but hey, that's fine. And that's what Steam sales are for, you know? Anyway, so, I will explain this in just a second, but I need to actually Google it, because I don't know all the details for it. So that is... I know that you get gifted a few special things for finishing the game, and I just want to double check what they are. Because there's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically, there are... Actually, I'll explain it in a bit. At once it actually pops up. But yeah, if they included this in a bundle, I would highly... I don't know if this is available digitally on any digital storefronts these days. But I remember this game being super hard when I was a kid, and as it turns out, maybe I just wasn't approaching it in the right way. But yeah, I would say this is one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh games. I do have a couple of, like, very minor nitpicks with it. Like, the fact that the character designs seem to be, like, half Duelist Kingdom, half Battle City, kind of puts it in a weird time, because I don't know when this game is supposed to be happening. But hey, the game is still really good, really fun. I think the whole thing's like, I don't know, 8 hours or something. Okay, so for beating the game, we were given 3 capsule monsters. We were given Regrass Lever, Javelin Beetle, and Super War Lion. So congratulations on completing campaign mode. You will receive this monster as a symbol of your achievement. Keep up the good work with Capsule Monster Coliseum. So, there are 8 monsters. So there's 8 special capsules that you can get for beating the game. So I got Regrass Lever, I got Regrass Lever, Super War Lion, and Javelin Beetle. You can also get, there's also Fortress Whale, Guilty the Dark Knight, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Sanga the Thunder, and apparently Harpy Lady. Okay, so Game FAQ says Harpy Lady. I assume that might be Harpy Lady's sisters. Or maybe you need... I don't know, maybe it's a case where you would need to get 3 copies of Harpy Lady. and then level all of those up, and then they all fuse together to create Harpy Lady Sisters. I feel like that probably makes a lot more sense. Anyway, so with that, Capsule Monster Coliseum is complete, and now if I load up the game, so if I load up my save now, it'll just be like, hey, if I load up my save from having defeated Kaiba here, I think it just puts me directly back into the game. Yeah, I'll just play the opening cutscene again, and then it'll just kind of go back from there. So I can skip that, and I assume it'll ask if I want to make a new symbol. So, I will just kind of leave the game on, I guess, probably this screen, or skip through all the text or something. Oh no, it just keeps going, okay. So, actually, let's quickly, yeah, let's check my new special monsters that I just got. Because this is going to be where I end off this video and this series otherwise, so I don't know where else I would get to, I don't know when else I'd be checking this. So where would that be? There's Mia Black Dragon. There's Regrass Lever. It has a weird movement and diagonal attacks, a very high attack, but no defense. I'm pretty sure that it's also... Actually, I'm pretty sure... I might have read this wrong. I'm pretty sure that this, like, every other card in the game that has the censored art, like, every other card in the game that has censor art, for example, where's Harpy Lady? For example, Harpy Lady has the censored art here, yep, but I think every other card in the game has the censored art, but Regrass Lever doesn't. That's kind of interesting. Then I also got the Super War Lion. It's just a big cool lion. Looking at its range and its attack and stuff, though, I don't really see why I would use it over Gazelle. And then finally, for wood monsters, we have the Javelin Beetle. Javelin Beetle actually looks like it would be really strong here, because it has good movement and good attack. So what I'm going to do now is probably just end off this video and this series here. So I will I don't know what I'm going to do for Thursday's video. It'll either be a bonus episode on this, or it might be like a one-off. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm recording this episode on Saturday before... I'm recording this on Saturday, March 29th. So, you know, that kind of just time stamps this episode. But yeah, so that is the end of Capsule Monster Coliseum. So we'll have a new series starting next week. Pokemon will be continuing as we continue through the post-game. Again, I haven't actually recorded the Elite Four stuff yet, so I might have lost, I don't know. Depending on how that went, I might have started something else as well. So, I'm going to end off this video and this series here. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all next time, tomorrow for assumably more Pokemon. And then next week for a new thing that I haven't actually decided on yet. Anyway, I'm going to end off this video here. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.